Have you ever walked away from a conversation or a gathering feeling exhausted, like someone just drained your battery, leaving you with an empty, heavy, or even negative sensation? You're not alone. In today's fast-paced modern world, we're constantly exposed to people who, whether by accident or design, can sap our life force. These are energy vampires, not the creatures of spooky legends, but real individuals lurking in our everyday lives, at the workplace, within our families, among friends, or even on social media. But how do you recognize them? How do you protect yourself from these invisible energy thieves? And, more importantly, how do you recover and sustain your own positive energy? Let's dive into the mysterious signs, psychological insights, philosophies of success, and cutting-edge, scientific perspectives to decode this energy-draining phenomenon and uncover a path to rescue yourself. The mysterious signs of energy vampires. 1. Mysterious exhaustion. The first psychological hint. The most noticeable sign is that unexplained fatigue after interacting with someone. It's not the usual tiredness from a hectic workday. It's a strange, hollow exhaustion, maybe even a headache or dizziness, with no obvious cause. You might feel like you've just run a marathon without moving a muscle, or survived a serious illness without being sick. This isn't just a random feeling. Psychologically, when we engage with others, we swap emotional energy. A cheerful, lively person can infect you with their enthusiasm, but a negative, pessimistic solor, someone who's always complaining, can drain your positivity, leaving you worn out. Modern science is starting to shed light on this too. Research into mirror neurons reveals that our brains can reflect the emotions and states of those around us. When you're near someone steeped in negativity, your mirror neurons might kick in, letting you feel a slice of their gloom. It's a biological trick that helps us empathize and connect, but it can also make us prone to soaking up their bad vibes. 2. Endless complaining. The sound that sucks energy. Another telltale sign is endless complaining. These energy drainers tend to zero in on the negative, griping about life, work, relationships, or even the weather. They can go on and on about their troubles, non-stop, without ever looking for answers or caring about your input. Philosophically, this often ties to a victim mentality. They're convinced life's stacked against them and they're powerless to change it. Without meaning to, or sometimes on purpose, they turn you into their emotional trash can, dumping all their negative baggage on you, without a thought for whether you can handle it. Inspirational speakers often stress the power of positive thinking and taking charge. Successful people focus on solutions over problems and actively shape the life they want. Energy vampires, though, they're stuck in neutral, waiting for the world to shift while they vent their woes. 3. Attention craving. A bottomless need that drains your mind. Energy vampires often have an intense thirst for attention. They always want to be the focus, noticed, heard, validated. They might exaggerate tales, brag about achievements, stir up drama, or even fake illness or hardship to snag your sympathy. Psychologically, this can stem from insecurity and low self-esteem. They need outside approval to feel worthy, and they can get hooked on that attention. But it's a bottomless pit, never fully filled. The more you give, the more they demand, dragging you into an exhausting spiral of energy drain. 4. The guilt trap. A quiet drain on your spirit. A more cunning trick is the guilt trap. These people might make you feel guilty, ashamed, or responsible for their issues or for not doing enough for them. You've heard the lines, "If you were really my friend, you'd have," or "I've sacrificed so much for you, and you," or "I don't know what I'd do without you." Philosophically, this is a form of emotional manipulation. They exploit your kindness and empathy to control you, making you feel duty-bound to meet their needs, even if it harms you. Critical thinking is your way out. Ask yourself, am I actually to blame here? Or am I being taken advantage of? 5. Endless drama. A negative spiral that drains your time. Energy vampires often thrive on endless drama. They're constantly tangled in conflicts, arguments, or pointless messes. They might regale you with sensational stories about others, or pull you into petty disputes that lead nowhere. Psychologically, stirring drama might be their way of releasing stress, or grabbing attention as mentioned earlier, but for you, it's a relentless drain on your time, mind, and energy. You get sucked into problems that aren't yours, losing sight of your own goals and values. 6. Empty promises. Disappointment that drains trust. A subtler sign is empty promises. They'll swear they'll help you, change their ways, or do something big, then let you down, or barely follow through. Philosophically, this points to a lack of responsibility and reliability. You trust their words, build expectations, and then feel the sting of letdown. Repeated disappointment erodes your trust in others and, even in yourself. 7. Hidden jealousy. A poison that drains confidence. Energy vampires might harbor hidden jealousy toward your success, joy, or good fortune. They could downplay your achievements, toss out sarcastic compliments, or casually bring up your past failures. Psychologically, this often comes from their own insecurities and comparisons. They feel lesser, and instead of improving themselves, they try to dim your light to feel better. This quiet envy acts like a toxin, slowly eating away at your confidence and self-worth. 8. Invaded privacy. Blurry boundaries that drain freedom. These folks often disregard your personal space, both physical and emotional. They might call or message you at all hours, even when you're busy or need rest. They could show up uninvited or poke into your private affairs. Philosophically, respecting boundaries is the bedrock of healthy relationships. When those lines get crossed, you feel trapped, controlled, and stressed. Energy vampires often overlook or ignore your limits because they're too wrapped up in their own wants. 9. Trapped feeling. A dead end that drains hope. Lastly, a big clue is the trapped feeling. Being near them can make you feel stuck in a negative whirlpool, unable to break free. You might feel boxed in, hopeless, and drained of optimism about the future. Psychologically, this can spiral into stress, anxiety, or depression. You need to realize you have the power to choose who stays in your life. You're not obligated to put up with anyone draining your energy. Positive thinking and courage are your keys to escaping these toxic ties. So, how do you handle these energy vampires? Recognize and admit. The first step is spotting who's draining you and acknowledging their impact. Listen to your feelings after interactions. If you're regularly left tired, negative, or stuck, you might be dealing with an energy vampire. Set firm boundaries. Boundaries are your fence to guard your energy. Learn to say no to unreasonable demands, endless whining, or unnecessary drama. Limit your time with them and create distance when needed. Focus on positive energy. Nurture your own positivity by savoring life's bright spots, practicing gratitude, enjoying hobbies, and connecting with upbeat, inspiring people. Meditation, yoga, and physical activity are also great ways to boost energy and cut stress. Energy defense. Psychological skills to protect yourself. Master your emotions so their negativity doesn't stick. Effective communication helps too. Learn to express yourself assertively, staying firm yet fair, without aggression or passivity. Cut the invisible cord. Free trapped energy. In some cases, you might need to completely cut ties with energy drainers. It's tough, especially with family or close friends, but sometimes freeing yourself from toxic bonds is vital for your mental health and vitality. Success philosophy and positive thinking. True success isn't just about talent or effort, it's about the energy you carry. When you're brimming with vitality, you're more creative, persistent, and magnetic to opportunities. But when you're drained, you feel tired, pessimistic, and unmotivated, making it hard to reach your goals. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring challenges, it's about tackling them with belief in yourself and optimism, even in tough times. When you cultivate this mindset, you'll fend off energy vampires better and build a glow of positivity that attracts good people and possibilities. Life's philosophy and your unquenchable flame. Success isn't just talent or sweat, it's the fire of energy you hold inside. When you're ablaze, you create, you endure, you draw opportunities like a magnet. But when you're drained, you're just a faint shadow, drifting through days. Positive thinking isn't denying hardships, facing it with faith and light. Picture yourself as a lighthouse in a dark sea. Don't let any vampire snuff you out. Life's a mystery, and energy drain is just one test of your true strength. You can't change them, but you can change how you respond. Pick the people who deserve your time, guard your energy, and live brilliantly. Ask yourself, who's stealing my light? And what will I do to take it back? The answers within you. Act today.